Good afternoon, everyone. I want to talk to you today about success. It's a big word, right? But here's the thing, success is not just a destination, it's a journey. It's not a finish line you cross, it's a mindset you live. And the beautiful thing about it, it's possible for each and every one of us. Yes, you. So let's dive into 10 quick tips that will guide you along this journey. Success is a concept that holds different meanings for different people. While the world often tries to define success in terms of wealth, fame, or accomplishments, the truth is success is a deeply personal and unique experience. It cannot be universally defined by a single measure or standard. Defining success on your own terms is not just about rejecting societal expectations, it's about understanding who you are, what you value, and what brings true fulfillment to your life. When we talk about success, we usually think of external markers like promotions, money, titles, or public recognition. While these achievements can be satisfying, they often don't bring lasting happiness or a deep sense of fulfillment unless they align with your core values and personal goals. The first step in defining success for yourself is to look inward and ask what really matters to me. This can be a difficult question to answer because we are conditioned from a young age to think about success in very narrow terms. From school to social media, we are constantly bombarded with images and stories of people who seem to have it all. But the lives we see on the outside do not tell the full story. Many people who appear successful by society's standards may feel unfulfilled or unhappy on the inside because they're chasing goals that were never truly their own. One of the most liberating realizations you can have is that success does not have to look the same for everyone. For some, success might mean a high-powered career, but for others, it could be living a life full of creativity, maintaining deep relationships, or even finding peace and contentment in the present moment. The key is understanding that success is not a one-size-fits-all destination. It's personal and should reflect your values, your dreams, and the life you want to create. To truly define success for yourself, you must begin by letting go of external expectations. These are often imposed by family, friends, society, or even the media. It's easy to get caught up in trying to meet the expectations of others, but this can leave you feeling disconnected from your true self. Many people spend their lives climbing a ladder only to realize it's leaning against the wrong wall. They achieve things that don't bring them joy or satisfaction because they weren't their own goals to begin with. One important aspect of defining success is to know your why. Why do you want the things you think you want? Why are you pursuing a particular path? Without understanding your reasons, it's easy to chase after goals that won't make you happy in the long run. Reflect on what truly motivates you and what makes you feel alive. Your reasons should come from a place of authenticity, not a need to impress others or conform to societal norms. Another key part of defining success is recognizing that it's not static. As you grow and evolve, your definition of success may change. What you consider success at 20th may not be the same at 40. Life is full of seasons, and each season may bring new priorities and values. It's important to regularly check in with yourself and reassess what success looks like for you in the present moment. You might find that your goals have shifted, and that's perfectly okay. A big part of the journey is learning to trust yourself. Trust that you know what is best for you, even if it looks different from what others might expect. Often we seek validation from the outside world before we feel confident in our decisions. But true success comes when you no longer need others to validate your choices, when you can say, this is what I want, and it's enough for me. You are living from a place of personal empowerment. One challenge many people face in defining success for themselves is the fear of judgment. It can be intimidating to pursue a path that others don't understand or approve of. But remember, it's your life. No one else can live it for you. If you spend your time worrying about what others think, you'll never be free to pursue what really matters to you. The more you learn to trust your inner voice, the more confident you'll become in making decisions that align with your own vision of success. It's also important to recognize that success is not just about achieving a particular goal or milestone. It's about the journey you take to get there. Too often we get caught up in the idea that we'll be happy when. We reach a certain level of success when we get the job, when we earn the money, when we buy the house. But the reality is that happiness and fulfillment come from living in alignment with your values every step of the way, not just when you hit a specific target. Defining success for yourself requires a mindset shift. Instead of focusing on what you think you should achieve, focus on what brings you joy and fulfillment. Success should feel good, not just look good. It should bring a sense of purpose and meaning to your life. Sometimes that means redefining success entirely. Maybe success for you is finding work that gives you more time with your family, or maybe it's following a passion that doesn't lead to traditional financial wealth, but brings you immense personal satisfaction. Another important element in defining success is being clear about your values. Your values are the guiding principles that shape your decisions and actions. When your goals align with your values, you feel a sense of harmony in your life. But when they don't, even the most impressive achievements can feel hollow. Take time to reflect on what values matter most to you, whether it's integrity, creativity, freedom, or connection, and let those values guide you in defining what success means. Once you are clear about your own definition of success, you can start setting goals that reflect that vision. These goals should not be based on what you think you should do, but on what you genuinely want to do. Success doesn't always have to be about doing more. Sometimes it's about doing less of what doesn't matter and more of what does. It's also important to give yourself permission to pursue your version of success, even if it doesn't fit the conventional mold. Sometimes, success may look like taking a risk, following an unconventional path, or choosing a lifestyle that others might not understand. But as long as it aligns with your values and brings you fulfillment, that's what matters most. And the process of defining success for yourself is ongoing. It requires self-reflection, courage, and a willingness to be true to who you are. It means accepting that your version of success might not always be celebrated by others, but it will be meaningful to you. The beauty of defining success on your own terms is that it gives you the freedom to live a life that is authentic, purposeful, and uniquely yours. Believing that you deserve success is a powerful mindset that can transform your life. It is the foundation upon which everything else is built. If you don't believe deep down that you are worthy of success, it doesn't matter how hard you work or how many opportunities come your way, something will always hold you back. This inner belief is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who continuously fall short. It's not just about working hard or being in the right place at the right time. It's about knowing with every fiber of your being that you are deserving of the success you seek. Many people struggle with this belief because of societal conditioning, past experiences, or limiting self-perceptions. From a young age, we are often taught to fit into a particular mold, to follow the rules, and to be realistic about our ambitions. These messages can subtly shape how we view ourselves and our potential. When we internalize these limiting beliefs, we may start to feel that success is something reserved for others, for people who are smarter, more talented, or more deserving. This mindset creates an invisible barrier between where we are and where we want to be. The first step in believing you deserve success is recognizing that self-worth is not contingent on external factors. It doesn't matter how many times you've failed, how many mistakes you've made, or what others think of you. Your worthiness of success is inherent. It's not something you have to earn or prove. It's something you already possess. The challenge lies in overcoming the negative beliefs that have convinced you otherwise. This requires a shift in perspective, a move away from seeing success as something outside of yourself that you have to chase, and instead viewing it as something you can naturally attract by being who you are. One of the most common obstacles to believing in your worthiness is comparison. In today's world, it's easier than ever to compare yourself to others. Social media constantly bombards us with images of people who seem to have it all: the perfect career, the perfect relationship, the perfect life. When you see these curated snapshots of other people's success, it's easy to start doubting your own value. You might think, why can't I have what they have, or what makes them more deserving than me? This kind of thinking is toxic, because it distracts you from focusing on your own path and your own unique journey. The truth is, comparison is a thief of joy and a destroyer of self-belief. Everyone's journey is different, and what you see on the surface rarely tells the full story. You have no idea what challenges or struggles someone else has faced, just as they don't know yours. Instead of comparing yourself to others, focus on your own progress and your own potential. When you believe in your worthiness, you'll realize that there's enough success to go around for everyone. Someone else's success doesn't diminish your own potential for achievement. In fact, it can serve as inspiration, showing you what's possible when you truly believe in yourself. Another factor that can undermine your belief in your own worthiness is fear, particularly the fear of failure. Many people are afraid to fully commit to their goals because they fear that if they don't succeed, it will confirm their deepest insecurities about not being good enough. This fear can keep you playing small, avoiding risks, and settling for less than you're capable of. But the reality is, failure is a natural part of the process. It's not a reflection of your worthiness, but a necessary step on the path to success. The most successful people in the world have failed many times, but they never let it define their value or stop them from pursuing their dreams. To believe you deserve success, you must redefine your relationship with failure. Instead of seeing it as a sign that you're not good enough, view it as an opportunity to learn, grow, and get closer to your goals. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's a crucial part of it. Every setback teaches you something valuable, and every time you get back up after a fall, you reinforce your belief in your ability to succeed. This resilience builds confidence and strengthens your sense of self-worth, making it easier to believe that success is within your reach. Self-belief also requires challenging the limiting stories you've told yourself. Many people carry around negative narratives about who they are and what they're capable of. These stories might come from past experiences, such as being told by a teacher, a parent, or a peer that they weren't smart enough, talented enough, or good enough. Over time, these narratives can become ingrained in your subconscious, influencing how you view yourself and your potential. To believe you deserve success, you need to identify these limiting beliefs and actively work to replace them with empowering ones. One effective way to do this is through positive affirmations and self-talk. The way you speak to yourself has a profound impact on your beliefs and actions. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not worthy or capable, that's the reality you'll create. But if you start affirming your worthiness, your potential, and your ability to succeed, your mindset will begin to shift. Affirmations like "I am deserving of success," "I am capable of achieving my goals," or "I have everything I need to be successful" can help reprogram your mind and strengthen your belief in yourself. The more you practice positive self-talk, the more natural it will become, and the more you'll start to see yourself as worthy of success. It's also important to surround yourself with people who believe in you and support your goals. The people you spend time with have a significant influence on your mindset and beliefs. If you're constantly around negative or unsupportive people who doubt your abilities, it can be challenging to maintain a strong belief in your own worthiness. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with positive, encouraging people who believe in your potential, it reinforces your own belief in yourself. Seek out mentors, friends, and colleagues who inspire you, who challenge you to grow, and who uplift you on your journey. Believing you deserve success also involves taking action. It's not enough to simply tell yourself you're worthy. You have to back up that belief with consistent effort. When you take action toward your goals, no matter how small, you build momentum and prove to yourself that you're capable of creating the success you desire. Each step forward, each challenge you overcome, strengthens your belief in your ability to succeed. The more you act in alignment with your belief in your worthiness, the more natural it becomes to expect success. One common misconception is that self-belief is something you either have or you don't. In reality, it's something that can be developed and strengthened over time. Just like any other skill, the more you practice believing in yourself, the better you'll get at it. Start by acknowledging your past achievements, no matter how small they may seem. Reflect on the times when you've succeeded or overcome obstacles, and use those experiences as evidence that you are capable and deserving of success. The more you focus on your strengths and accomplishments, the more confident you'll feel in your ability to achieve future success. It's also helpful to visualize your success. Visualization is a powerful tool that can help reinforce your belief in your worthiness. Take time to imagine yourself achieving your goals, experiencing the success you desire, and feeling the emotions that come with it. The more vividly you can see and feel your success in your mind, the more real it will become to you. Visualization helps bridge the gap between where you are now and where you want to be by creating a mental blueprint for your success. Believing you deserve success is not about arrogance or entitlement. It's about recognizing your own potential, honoring your strengths, and giving yourself permission to pursue your dreams unapologetically. It's about knowing that you are enough, just as you are, and that you have everything within you to create the life you desire. When you truly believe in your worthiness, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. You stop playing small, you stop doubting your abilities, and you start taking bold, confident steps toward your goals. Embracing failure is a fundamental aspect of achieving success. It is not only inevitable, but also an essential part of the journey. Many people view failure as something to avoid at all costs, associating it with embarrassment, disappointment, or even personal inadequacy. However, when you shift your perspective and begin to see failure as an opportunity for growth, learning, and development, it becomes a powerful tool that can propel you forward. The reality is that no significant success is achieved without encountering failure along the way. It is a necessary step in the process of growth, and those who learn to embrace it are the ones who ultimately achieve their greatest potential. Failure often feels like a setback, but in reality, it is a stepping stone toward progress. Every time you fail, you learn something valuable about yourself, your goals, and your approach. Failure forces you to reflect, reevaluate, and make necessary adjustments to your path. Without failure, you may never question your methods or refine your strategies, which can keep you stagnant. The greatest innovators, leaders, and entrepreneurs have all faced failure at some point, and what sets them apart is their ability to use those experiences as a catalyst for future success. They understand that failure is not a final destination, but rather a temporary detour on the road to achievement. One of the key reasons people fear failure is because they associate it with their self-worth. When something doesn't go as planned, it's easy to internalize it and think, I'm not good enough or I'll never succeed. This mindset can be paralyzing, keeping you stuck in a cycle of fear and inaction. However, it's crucial to separate your self-worth from your outcomes. Failure is not a reflection of your value as a person, it's simply feedback. It tells you what didn't work, not that you aren't capable. Once you can make this distinction, failure becomes far less intimidating. It no longer defines you, but instead, it informs you. You can begin to view each failure as a stepping stone that gets you closer to your goal, rather than as a reflection of your capabilities. One of the greatest lessons failure teaches is resilience. When you experience setbacks, you are faced with a choice: give up or keep going. It's in these moments of decision that resilience is built. Each time you choose to persist in the face of failure, you strengthen your mental toughness and your ability to overcome adversity. Success is not about avoiding failure, but about developing the resilience to keep moving forward, despite it. Every time you bounce back from a failure, you are building the skills and mindset necessary to handle future challenges with confidence and determination. Failure also teaches humility. When things go wrong, it forces you to acknowledge that you don't have all the answers, that you're not perfect, and that there is always room for improvement. This humility is essential for growth. When you're humble, you're open to feedback, willing to learn, and more adaptable to change. Failure has a way of stripping away ego and forcing you to confront your limitations, but in doing so, it also creates space for growth, learning, and self-improvement. Humility allows you to approach challenges with curiosity rather than defensiveness, making you more likely to find solutions and grow from the experience. Another important aspect of embracing failure is the development of a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. People with a fixed mindset, on the other hand, believe that their talents and intelligence are static and unchangeable. They often view failure as a personal indictment, as proof that they aren't capable of succeeding. But those with a growth mindset understand that failure is part of the learning process and that each setback is an opportunity to develop new skills and improve. This mindset shift is crucial for long-term success because it allows you to see challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles. When you have a growth mindset, you are more likely to take risks, try new things, and push beyond your comfort zone, all of which are essential for success. Failure becomes less daunting because you understand that it's not an end, but a necessary part of the journey. You know that with each failure, you are getting closer to mastery. This mindset allows you to approach challenges with confidence, knowing that even if you fail, you will come out of the experience stronger and more equipped for future success. Failure also fosters creativity and innovation. When things don't go according to plan, you are forced to think outside the box and come up with new solutions. Some of the greatest innovations in history have come from failures. For example, Thomas Edison famously failed thousands of times before successfully inventing the light bulb. Each failure taught him something new, ultimately leading to one of the most significant inventions in modern history. Similarly, many breakthroughs in science, technology, and business have been born out of failures that force people to reimagine what was possible. When you embrace failure, you open yourself up to new possibilities and creative solutions that you might not have considered if everything had gone smoothly from the start. Failure also helps you develop empathy and compassion, both for yourself and for others. When you've experienced setbacks, you can relate to others who are going through similar challenges. This shared experience of failure creates a sense of connection and understanding, which can strengthen relationships and build a supportive community. Additionally, learning to be kind to yourself in the face of failure is crucial for maintaining your mental and emotional well-being. Too often, people are their harshest critics when they fail, engaging in negative self-talk that only makes the situation worse. But when you learn to treat yourself with kindness and compassion, you create a healthier, more sustainable relationship with failure. Embracing failure also involves letting go of perfectionism. Perfectionism is the belief that you must do everything flawlessly in order to be successful. However, this mindset can be incredibly limiting because it prevents you from taking risks and trying new things. Perfectionists often fear failure so much that they avoid challenges altogether, opting to stay in their comfort zones where they feel safe. But true growth and success come from stepping outside of your comfort zone and embracing the possibility of failure. When you let go of the need to be perfect, you free yourself to take bold actions, make mistakes, and learn from them. It's also important to recognize that failure is a natural part of taking action. The only way to avoid failure entirely is to do nothing, and doing nothing is the surest way to guarantee that you won't succeed. And when you take action, you put yourself out there, and with that comes the possibility of failure. But it also brings the possibility of success. Taking action, even in the face of potential failure, is the only way to move forward. And the more action you take, the more likely you are to encounter failure, but also the more likely you are to learn, grow, and ultimately achieve your goals. Ultimately, embracing failure requires a shift in mindset. Instead of viewing failure as something negative or shameful, you begin to see it as a necessary and valuable part of the journey. Failure is not something to be feared or avoided, it's something to be embraced, learned from, and used as a stepping stone towards success. When you develop this mindset, you free yourself from the fear of failure and open yourself up to new possibilities, opportunities, and growth. You begin to take risks, push boundaries, and pursue your goals with greater confidence and resilience because you know that even if you fail, you will come out of the experience stronger and more capable than before. Staying consistent with your efforts is one of the most critical factors in achieving long-term success. Consistency is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It's the repeated, steady application of effort that builds momentum, creates progress, and ultimately leads to mastery. Many people set ambitious goals or start new ventures with great enthusiasm, but few are able to sustain that momentum over time. It's not the initial burst of energy or excitement that leads to success, it's the day in, day out commitment to doing the necessary work, even when the excitement fades or the results aren't immediately visible. One of the reasons consistency is so powerful is that it compounds over time. Just like investing money in a savings account, small, consistent actions add up. At first, the progress might seem slow or even invisible, but over time, the cumulative effect of consistent effort can lead to exponential growth. This is the principle behind the compound effect, where small, seemingly insignificant actions, when repeated consistently over time, lead to massive results. Many people give up too early because they don't see immediate results, but those who stay consistent eventually reap the rewards of their persistence. Consistency is also important because it builds habits. When you consistently do something over time, it becomes a habit, a part of your daily routine that requires less effort and thought. This is crucial because relying on willpower alone is not sustainable in the long run. Willpower is finite, and it's easy to lose motivation or get distracted by other priorities. But when something becomes a habit, it becomes automatic. You don't have to think about it, you just do it. This is why successful people often attribute their achievements to their routines and habits. They've built systems that allow them to stay on track, even when they don't feel particularly motivated. Staying consistent also means showing up even when you don't feel like it. There will be days when you're tired, discouraged, or overwhelmed, and it will be tempting to skip a day or take a break. But consistency requires pushing through those moments and continuing to show up, even when it's difficult. This is where discipline comes into play. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't want to do it. It's about making the choice to stay consistent with your efforts, regardless of how you feel in the moment. Over time, this discipline strengthens your ability to persevere, making it easier to stay consistent in the future. Another reason consistency is crucial is that it helps build trust and credibility, both with yourself and with others. When you consistently show up and do what you say you're going to do, you build self-trust. You prove to yourself that you are reliable, capable, and committed to your goals. This self-trust is essential for confidence and self-esteem. When you know that you can count on yourself to follow through, you're more likely to take on bigger challenges and set higher goals because you trust in your ability to see them through. Consistency also builds trust with others. Whether in personal relationships, professional settings, or business endeavors, people value reliability. When you consistently deliver on your promises, meet deadlines, and show up prepared, you build a reputation for being dependable. This trust can open doors to new opportunities, partnerships, and collaborations because people know they can count on you. In contrast, if you're inconsistent showing up sometimes but not others, following through on some commitments but not all, you risk damaging your reputation and missing out on opportunities. One of the biggest challenges to staying consistent is overcoming distractions and setbacks. Life is full of unexpected events and competing priorities that can pull you off track. It's easy to let these distractions derail your efforts, but consistency requires staying focused on your long-term goals, even in the face of obstacles. This means learning to manage your time effectively, setting clear priorities, and minimizing distractions as much as possible. It also means developing the resilience to bounce back from setbacks and keep moving forward, even when things don't go as planned. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. Many people fall into the trap of thinking that they have to be perfect in their efforts in order to be consistent. But this mindset can be self-defeating because it sets unrealistic expectations. No one is perfect, and there will inevitably be days when you fall short of your goals or miss a step in your routine. The key to consistency is not to let those moments derail your progress. It's about getting back on track as quickly as possible and continuing to move forward. Progress is not about being perfect every day. It's about being consistent over time. In addition to building habits and trust, consistency also builds momentum. Momentum is a powerful force that makes it easier to keep going once you've started. When you stay consistent with your efforts, you begin to build momentum, and over time, the work becomes easier. What once felt like a struggle or a challenge starts to feel more natural and effortless. This is because consistency strengthens your skills, your discipline, and your confidence. As you build momentum, you start to see results, and those results reinforce your commitment to staying consistent. Consistency also plays a critical role in achieving mastery. Whether you're learning a new skill, building a business, or working toward a personal goal, mastery requires time, effort, and repetition. It's not enough to put in a lot of effort for a short period of time. Mastery requires consistent practice over the long term. This is true in every field, from sports to business to creative pursuits. The people who achieve the highest levels of success are the ones who put in the hours, day after day, year after year. They stay consistent with their efforts, even when progress is slow or results aren't immediate. In addition to building mastery, consistency also helps you refine your approach. When you consistently take action toward your goals, you gain valuable feedback and insights along the way. You learn what works, what doesn't, and where you need to make adjustments. This process of trial and error is essential for growth and improvement. Without consistency, you don't give yourself the opportunity to learn from your experiences and refine your strategies. You're constantly starting and stopping, which makes it difficult to make meaningful progress. Consistency also helps you stay connected to your why, the deeper reason behind your goals. When you stay consistent, you remind yourself of why you started in the first place. This connection to your purpose can be a powerful motivator, especially during difficult times when it's tempting to give up. When you stay connected to your why, you're more likely to push through challenges and stay committed to your goals. Consistency reinforces this connection and keeps you focused on the bigger picture, even when the day-to-day work feels tedious or challenging. Another important aspect of consistency is that it builds discipline and self-control. When you commit to doing something consistently, you develop the ability to delay gratification and focus on long-term rewards rather than short-term pleasures. This discipline is essential for success because most significant achievements require time, effort, and patience. Staying consistent teaches you to prioritize your long-term goals over immediate gratification, which is a critical skill for achieving lasting success. Consistency also creates structure and stability in your life. When you have consistent routines and habits, it provides a sense of order and predictability, which can reduce stress and increase productivity. This structure allows you to focus on what's important without getting overwhelmed by distractions or uncertainty. Consistent routines also create a sense of momentum, making it easier to stay on track with your goals. One of the most important things to remember about consistency is that it's not about doing everything at once. It's about taking small, consistent steps over time. Many people get overwhelmed by the size of their goals or the amount of work it will take to achieve them. But when you break your goals down into smaller, manageable steps and stay consistent with those actions, the progress will add up. It's not about making huge leaps forward. It's about making steady, incremental progress each day. Over time, those small steps lead to big results. Staying consistent also requires a growth mindset. When you encounter setbacks or obstacles, it's easy to get discouraged and lose motivation. But with a growth mindset, you see challenges as opportunities for learning and improvement. You understand that setbacks are a natural part of the process and that each one is an opportunity to grow stronger and more resilient. This mindset helps you stay consistent even when the going gets tough. Finally, consistency creates a sense of accountability. When you commit to staying consistent with your efforts, you hold yourself accountable to your goals. This accountability helps keep you on track, even when motivation wanes or distractions arise. It's also helpful to create external accountability by sharing your goals with others or working with a mentor or coach who can help you stay consistent. This accountability provides an extra layer of support and motivation, making it easier to stay on track with your efforts.